Biden is the ultimate loser in the stunning defeat of his candidate for the governorship of Virginia. Since way back, Virginia state elections have foreshadowed the results of the midterm elections for Congress. So come 2022, Biden will be so far on the ropes that the political referee will have to call the bout off. Of course, the victory of the Trump-supported Republican, Glenn Youngkin, has added enormous momentum to the pressure for Trump to run again in 2024. Make no mistake, any Democrat who was anybody descended on Virginia for weeks and weeks. Obama and the lot. It's come to nothing but a humiliating defeat of real significance. And one of the few people who identified this was the gifted young man whom we've heard for years on this program, Adam Creighton. This victory, as Adam warned, has cemented education, traditionally a Democratic strength, at the centre of what will be a nationwide Republican strategy. Now, these waves will be felt here in Australia. The Democrat candidate McAuliffe alarmingly said early in the campaign that parents didn't have the right over how their kids should be taught. Parents were ropeable. Schools there as here have been shut down, locked down because of coronavirus. But as Adam significantly pointed out, for the first time, it gave parents an insight into what the kids were being taught. Youngkin, the Republican winner, said schools will never be closed again, and the state of Virginia has seen incensed parents taking charge of the education debate and laying the law down to school officials, backed by the man who won the governorship, Glenn Youngkin. He has promised to ban critical race theory, this fake academic area that stresses inherent racism in history and society. We have this stuff here. It's infiltrated public education. Will it be banned here, or will indoctrination continue to replace education? Mr. Morrison, please tell us. Because once you go down this road, you finish up with what America has today, more racially divided than at any time since the 1960s. In America, as here, as Adam incisively pointed out, history and the economy are being taught through the prism of race. To quote Adam, who is on the spot over there, quote, Jake White, a black lawyer in Virginia who represents parents in legal battles with Virginia education authorities, says parental frustration over critical race theory has become, quote, a kettle that may well explode. He said they're creating a very toxic discomfort amongst the consumers of education services, unquote. Now, this is a black lawyer speaking who represents parents. He said, quote, government education is exposing children to ideologies that are sometimes inconsistent with what the consumers, that is the parents, want their children to be exposed to. Now, the Democrat McAuliffe had said in October, I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach. The Republicans went berserk with election ads. The Democrats got smashed on voting day. Virginia has rewritten the US political playbook. The public have spoken on this critical issue of education. Mark my words, there is no way back for Biden from all of this. So far out of sync is Biden with the electorate going to Glasgow, promising the world and arriving in Glasgow and leaving empty-handed. Now he's got to face the chanting of Americans everywhere who know they've been sold a presidential pup. Biden won the election by hiding from the voters. That's precisely now what they want him to do. Go. About a month ago, an NBC reporter was interviewing the NASCAR driver, Brandon Brown, after his victory at an Alabama speedway. The rowdy mob behind him were chanting during the interview, F Joe Biden. The interviewer, perhaps trying to avoid embarrassment, said, oh, as you can hear, the chants from the crowd, let's go Brandon, with car engines revving and the crowd screaming abuse. So now Americans everywhere, as Adam has reported, on planes, at baseball games, on T-shirts, on bumper stickers, and even inspiring a hit rap song on Apple's iTunes, let's go Brandon, the catch-all for anger at Biden's presidency. Now there are other ways of expressing disapproval, but nonetheless, Biden now faces the reality that wherever he goes, he sees this slogan, let's go Brandon, and he knows it's a rather ingenious recognition that his presidency is sunk.